Right now at 10, shutdown avoided. We're breaking down the newly passed budget and what it could mean for Minnesota residents. And a new initiative to get people vaccinated in Michigan, the way residents could win big cash. Plus, how one Duluth hotel is taking us back in time and celebrating the king of rock and roll.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Natalie Grant. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. The Minnesota legislature wrapped up a $52 billion budget yesterday to keep government services operating. The final deal was a bill that offered $1 billion in tax breaks, including help for small businesses and Minnesotans without a job last year. Caroline Cummings explains what this new budget could mean for you.
Motion prevails.
While you were likely sleeping, a tax bill passed the Minnesota Senate in the early morning hours Thursday, the last issue for the special session unresolved after they buttoned up a $52 billion budget.
We got our top three, and emergency powers, $1 billion of tax relief, and reinsurance, which stabilizes the health insurance market.
The deal includes $1 billion in tax breaks, including to small businesses that took federal PPP loans and Minnesotans who got extra jobless benefits from the federal government. Up to $10,200 of that federal boost is now tax-free. House Speaker Melissa Hortman says DFLers wanted fewer tax cuts but welcomed these changes.
The tax cuts for workers who received unemployment compensation and the tax cuts for small businesses in the bill were really important because so many people were so impacted by COVID-19.
The Department of Revenue says taxpayers don't have to do anything to get their refunds unless otherwise told. If they can automatically adjust your 2020 tax return you filed this year, you'll get a letter describing the change and how much money you'll get back. This will cover most people. If your tax return is more complex, the Revenue Department might contact you to amend your return.
COVID did not hit all communities and all people equally, and that's why in this budget there are investments made for frontline workers.
The tax deal also included $250 million for frontline worker bonuses, though who will be eligible and how much they'll get is not yet known. A 9-person working group will evaluate, and the legislature could come back in December to vote on it. Caroline Cummings, WCCO4 News.
The tax returns of more than 500,000 Minnesotans will be impacted. Refunds will start going out in the next few weeks. Turning to Wisconsin, we're taking a look at the Capitol in Madison, where lawmakers have passed their state budget and sent it over to the governor. The state Senate sent that $87 billion spending plan to the governor's desk last night. Evers can sign it or use his partial veto powers to rewrite the document. The governor will have 6 days to take action on the state budget. Once it reaches his desk, if he does nothing, it will automatically become the law. A Wisconsin woman convicted of stabbing a classmate to please slender ban will now be released. Anissa Weir was 12 years old when she and a friend lured a classmate into the woods and stabbed her 19 times. The classmate survived, but now 19, Weir asked the judge to be released from a mental health facility, saying she is no longer a threat to anyone and she's sorry for what she did.
Based upon these circumstances, the court does not find that there is clear and convincing evidence that Anissa Weir poses a significant threat of bodily harm to herself or others or of serious property damage. On that basis, then I'll grant the petition for conditional release.
The judge granted her request pending the preparation of a release plan. The state now has 60 days to create that plan, and it means Weir will be held at that facility until at least early September. A busy Superior Road will be fully back open tonight after it was shut down for construction. East 2nd Street between 29th and 53rd Avenues East closed in early April. Crews say construction is going faster than expected due to an early start and dry conditions. The project isn't finished, but they'll stop working until after Labor Day. It should be all wrapped up by early October. More than 200 people have died so far on Minnesota roads this year. That's the earliest the state has reached this milestone since 2009. According to the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, 202 people have now died on Minnesota roads this year. That's compared to 148 deaths this time last year. The top factors in traffic deaths across the state include speed, alcohol, and not wearing a seatbelt. Extra speed patrols will be out on Minnesota roads during the month of January, hoping to slow this climbing trend. Dave joins us now for a first look at that weather here. Dave, I know we were talking about the red flag warning earlier, but it was kind of a chilly day out there, at least from what we can expect for this weekend.
Yeah, today was a chilly day by the lake because of an easterly wind. And speaking of the lake, here's a live look at what's going on in Two Harbors, pretty close to the lake, and it's a gorgeous night there, and you can see the streets are dry. That's because higher pressure has taken over from the lows that were with us the past couple of days. So higher pressure putting down the cloud development, and initially today helped spin in that easterly wind that cooled things down by the lake, but kept things warm farther inland. Tomorrow the warmth returns as the wind pattern shifts. The high pressure system will move a little bit farther away, and so the winds will become westerly rather than easterly, and we're all going to go into the 80s for Friday, and then the 90s for the weekend. Short-term forecast says tonight, sleep comfortably, because this may be the last night we do that for a little while. Low temp in the 40s and 50s here overnight tonight, and then that's followed up by sunshine and mostly sunny skies indeed, with a high of 83 tomorrow. Could be 90 on Saturday. Same deal for the 4th of July. When will that break? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Dave. Sections of Duluth's Brighton Beach are set to be closed for several months starting next week. The city of Duluth will close the recreation area next Tuesday, July 6th, in order to allow for construction on the lake walk. Crews will be restoring shorelines to better endure Lake Superior storms as well. The park is set to reopen for paddlers, cyclists, and pedestrians sometime in October. Cars will not be able to access the park until at least spring of 2023. One North Shore town is struggling to fill its workforce coming out of the pandemic. CBS3's Quinn Gorham tells us about the unique issue Grand Marais is facing and how they plan to deal with it.
Grand Marais has always embraced its identity as a beautiful tourist destination on the North Shore. But this small town on the banks of Lake Superior has a big problem. Local business owners like Sid Backlund, owner of Sven and Ollie's, says they don't have enough workers to fill positions.
When the pandemic hit, we were having quite a few international kids that would come over. Once they couldn't come over, we can't do anything near what we used to do.
Living in a county of only 5,000, there aren't a lot of locals to help either. So it's forced Backlund to seriously cut back his restaurant's hours this summer. And his business isn't alone. The labor shortage poses a big problem for businesses in downtown Grand Marais, as they rely heavily on the tourism industry for their business. Typically, to keep up with that summer demand, stores in Grand Marais fill their staff with seasonal workers on J-1 visas, providing seasonal housing and wages in return for labor. But the pandemic has made that process much harder than it normally is.
Small employers tend to rely on the J-1 visa program. The pandemic, concerns in the countries where these kids are from, about letting them come, concerns about testing, about vaccinations, of much fewer J-1s this year than we've had. And that's a big piece of the staff shortage problem.
Chamber leaders expect the problem should correct itself eventually, but in the meantime, business owners like Backlund will have to work shorthanded.
In the near future, it's going to be kind of tough because I don't know. We're trying to get through it, basically. You know, I think we will, but it's just one of those things that's really, it's just hard.
Chamber leaders say about 80% of Cook County's revenue is driven by tourism, so many short-staffed businesses there have already been struggling to keep up with the demand this summer. Minnesota has hit a major vaccination milestone today. 70% of adults are now vaccinated against COVID-19. Governor Tim Walz made that announcement earlier this afternoon, just 3 days ahead of President Joe Biden's 4th of July goal. Minnesota is leading the Midwest in percentage of total population fully vaccinated. Over the past week, Minnesota has averaged 84 new cases of COVID-19 per day. That means cases are growing at their slowest rate since the pandemic started. Fewer than 100 Minnesotans are hospitalized with the virus right now. That's the lowest number since April of 2020. Governor Tim Walz tweeted his congratulations and thanks today to those who rolled up their sleeves and got the shot. He says, though today is a day for celebration, the hard work continues. He encourages everyone to continue in their vaccination efforts. In Michigan, about $5 million in cash and college scholarships will be given away in hopes of raising states' vaccination rates. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is calling the new initiative the Michigan Shot to Win sweepstakes. The cash and scholarships will be given away in a lottery-style drawing featuring a $2 million jackpot, a $1 million prize, and a 30 daily drawings of $50,000 for residents ages 18 and older who have gotten a shot.
Now, the reasoning behind this sweepstakes is simple. We want to keep Michiganders safe. We need to incentivize more of us to go and get vaccinated. You can walk into most places now and get your first shot today and then go get registered.
Vaccinated residents ages 12 to 17 are eligible for one of 9 prepaid tuition contracts valued at $55,000. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, many would like to go back in time to watch Elvis perform. While it may not be the Heartbreak Hotel, one downtown Duluth hotel is giving fans a new experience.
Boy, what a difference 105 years can make. Record high temp, 1883, 99 degrees. 105 years later, 1988, the record low, 35. Today we were in between, just a little bit cooler than normal, at least here in Duluth. Tomorrow, though, Duluth goes back towards the warm side, and we all heat things up for the weekend. We'll talk about the 4th of July trip towards the 90s coming up after the break.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCoppel, weekday mornings on CBS.
I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community. I will always be there to protect my neighbors and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Get 25% off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals. Huge markdowns. Plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. We are starting summer out with a great special on all our bathroom products. Right now, you can get 20% off your entire project and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get your project off your to-do list now and not pay for it until later. Go to bathplanet.com or call us today to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
If it's important to our nation,
the country is facing yet another unprecedented crisis.
It's on Face the Nation, making politics make sense. The why behind the biggest stories. Face the Nation on CBS.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCoppel, weekday mornings on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, it started very nice around our region this morning. Take a look at this picture coming in from our good friend Rhonda. And that fair sky that came in today, thanks to the fresh high pressure system, is going to last tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday as well. Our next rain chance may not make it here until Monday. But the price to pay for the sunshine, well, for those who don't like it really hot, that's the price you've got to pay for the ticket, because the ticket says we'll be riding towards 90 both Saturday and Sunday. But already things will start to cool down by Monday. So if you're not a heat fan, it won't last that long. And if you do love the hot weather, well, you get it for 2 days, so enjoy it. Maybe 2.5 days. Tomorrow will be warmer than it was for a lot of towns today. Right now at the airport, 56 is the current temp with a relative humidity reading of 84%. East winds going 7 miles per hour. and our air pressure remains on the high side at 30.16 inches of mercury. Again, thanks to a big cell of high pressure covering the upper Midwest. That'll keep us high and dry and warm all the way through Sunday. Current temps run 51 to 57 in the Upper Peninsula and 47 to 59 in northwestern Wisconsin. Eyeing up the Minnesota numbers, we have some 50s like in Silver Bay and Grand Marais, and even in Hermantown, and some 60s, Moose Lake, Hibbing, Ely, Orr, Grand Rapids, and Big Fork. Low temps tonight likely will run a range roughly of 45 to about 55 degrees. Now we move on to the Doppler map, and today with the higher pressure taking over, those couple of lows that teased us for a couple of days with isolated showers and storms here and there, well, brought some rain to some towns and completely missed others. And now even that's gone away. The high pressure clearing the sky for the overnight here. Clouds moving to the south rather rapidly. We did have just a couple of sprinkles pop up around the Laurentian Divide earlier here in the day. And now, well, high and dry and clear for the overnight here tonight. And likely will stay that way, like I mentioned, through the weekend as this high pressure system dominates the upper Midwest for several days. Tomorrow, well, it's going to warm up as the wind shifts around this high here. We'll be, instead of having an easterly wind and cooler by the lake, we'll be warm everywhere back into the 80s. Then, like I mentioned, 90s are likely for the weekend. And by Monday, that low pressure system brings back a rain chance, and its clouds will take temperatures back down again. So the heat won't be here forever. Tonight in Minnesota, range of low temperatures, I think, should go from about 48 to 55 degrees. Partly cloudy sky. Wisconsin, Michigan, range of low temps there, 45 to 50 with a partly cloudy sky. And then tomorrow, I think it'll be mostly sunny from the high. Wisconsin, Michigan numbers run 80 to 85. Minnesota numbers, upper 70s to about 80 by the lake, then 83 to 88 inland, the warm spell beginning, and it leads to the 90s for Saturday and for Sunday. Should be dry and sunny and warm all the way through the 4th of July. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it does get cloudier, a little bit rainier, and a bit cooler too. Drop to the 80s on Monday, back into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Dave. The Radisson in downtown Duluth has been a staple for decades, which means lots of guests has passed through those doors. CBS3's Abigail Smith discovers something new about the hotel that they are incorporating, honoring a piece of Duluth's history.
Northlanders may have noticed the distinct 1970s style in Duluth's Radisson Hotel. It's there for a reason, like honoring an iconic American legend. The hotel wanted to keep his memory alive.
Well, since my baby left me, found a new place to dwell. Down at the end of Superior Street, it's Radisson Hotel, baby.
The Legends Suite, which officially opened in May, pays tribute to Elvis Presley's stay on the Radisson's 15th floor. The King of Rock and Roll performed in Duluth in 1976 and 1977.
I saw Elvis when I was 12 years old in 1976 here in Duluth.
The Legends experience was an idea from sales director Nancy Kilpo.
My mom actually taught me to rush the stage. So I've always had a love for Elvis, and I thought how awesome this would be, just because he has stayed here.
The suite has been in the works for 4 years, complete with posters, articles, decor, and even a ticket from one of Presley's performances in Duluth.
There was always a reason I thought that I was cutting out all of these newspaper articles. October 17th, 1976, and sure enough, here I am standing in front of you guys with some of my actual articles from the paper that day. So it's just been really fun.
It's even been known to feature appearances from some of Elvis's biggest fans. Todd Eckhart, full-time musician and entertainer at the Radisson, says playing Elvis is one way for him to honor one of his favorite singers.
I always knew that Elvis Presley stayed here because obviously I'm a big fan. She gave me a call and she's like, hey, let's team up and do something real fun here for the suite where Elvis stayed. And I was all gung-ho for it.
Kilpo says the hotel is special on its own, so they wanted to commemorate its unique history.
The Radisson is special. J.J. Astor, the restaurant, is special, and so we just wanted to do something extra special.
Oh, my Donna, I love you, and I always will.
Kilpo says that the suite has been booked almost every night it's been open so far. For more information on how you can book this suite, you can head to our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Still to come on live local CBS3, it's a common time of year to see barges pass under the lift bridge, but today one had a special message. We'll share what it is coming up next.
This show is about connection. Not even 2020 and socially distancing ourselves are going to get in the way of that.
The Kelly Clarkson Show on CBS3.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Dr. Ann Simmons talks about the importance of Essentia Health's neonatal intensive care unit.
The NICU is a specialized intensive care unit where we take care of premature babies as well as babies who are born with unexpected health problems. Babies have very unique medical needs, and it takes a very specialized group of care providers to be able to give them the care that they need. We're very fortunate to have many pediatric subspecialists here at Essentia, and so we can provide the specialized care that they need. For example, we have pediatric cardiologist, endocrinologist, pediatric, neurology, gastroenterology, many services that can support us to provide the full specialized spectrum of care for our tiniest pediatric patients.
Essentia has the only NICU in our region.
We have a dedicated transport team where we fly helicopters and drive ambulances all over the place to bring sick newborns to receive care here at Essentia. A lot of families feel a pretty strong connection to the NICU after their babies go home. They've had, the same bedside nurse for months, or, we have a fairly small group of physicians and providers, so we make a really strong bond and connection with them. My favorite part about my job is seeing these babies in NICU follow-up clinic when they're toddlers and, growing up and thriving.
Additional support for families of Essentia's tiniest patients includes a 5-room Ronald McDonald House. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more, go to essentiahealth.org.
From morning coffee runs to family trips, away games, campouts, and weekend projects. No adventure is too big for the Honda lineup with available all-wheel drive. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
Get your new John Deere tractor from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
Coming up Friday on CBS3 this morning, a rundown of what to expect for a jam-packed 4th of July weekend here in the Northland.
And it's going to be a hot one. I'll take a closer look at the detailed forecast.
So wake up with us.
Today
at 5
on
a.m.
CBS3 this morning. CBS3 Sports is brought to you by Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment.
A barge made her way into the Duluth Superior Port this afternoon, carrying cargo as well as a special birthday message. The Erie trader went under the lift bridge just before 1 this afternoon. As she passed crowds in Canal Park, people noticed her banner saying "Happy Birthday, Mom," hanging off the side of the barge. Local photographers captured the sons on the boat and a surprised mom watching from shore. I think she's the next picture to pop up here. Look how surprised Mom is. Now, according to marinetraffic.com, the Erie trader was headed into the port from Marquette. We don't really exactly know how they got on the boat, if they're workers on the boat, what the message behind this. Either way, it was kind of a fun surprise for that mom. I think if my mom did that, if I did that for my mom, she'd be so surprised.
We would win Daughters of the Year times 10 for the next decade.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know your mom's birthday is coming up on Tuesday.
I need to find out how they got up there.
Yeah, you got to invite her into Duluth. You got to get on a barge.
We'll have a story round 2 on this.
Yes, exactly, for Cindy's birthday. Happy early birthday, Cindy Bass. Well, speaking of Bass and Cindy Bass, Alexis is here with sports here. What was going on tonight?
Yeah, well, Game 5 without the star of Deer District, and the Brew Crew looks to take their winning streak to 9. I will reel in sports next.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
Uh-oh, that food container won't contain your food, so you mess with cling wraps and foil, hoping food won't spoil. Well, not anymore.
Now there's Stretch and Fresh containers, the amazing food storage containers with stretch and fit lids that let you store more. Even the odd-shaped foods you couldn't put in containers before. Just stretch over the food and snap lock the lid to keep food fresh. There's even a freshness date dial to track storage time. It comes in the sizes you need to store all the foods you want with amazing storage capacity. It's freezer and microwave safe, and the containers nest for compact, stacked, space-saving storage. And right now, the 6-piece set is yours for just $19.95, and the shipping is free. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer and send a second set. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-378-1232 or go to trystretchandfresh.com. That's 1-800-378-1232 or order online at trystretchandfresh.com.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve. Come join our team. Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
As a Wausau urgent care and family doctor, I'm not just treating patients. I'm taking care of my neighbors. Through bad colds and broken bones, I'm always on their side when things get tough. So when you ask me, as a Wisconsin doctor, do I trust the COVID-19 vaccines? My answer is yes. The COVID-19 vaccines are safe, and getting one is important. Ask your family doctor what they think.
Celebrate summer with a certified vehicle from Cary Toyota in Superior. Head for the hills in this 2017 Highlander Limited or drive away in a certified 2018 RAV4 Hybrid. Prefer a larger SUV? Check out this certified 2021 4Runner TRD Off-Road or choose a certified 2018 Tundra Limited for all your outdoor adventures. Inventory is constantly changing, so hurry in to Cary Toyota in Superior to lock in your 2021 summer driving fun while supplies last. You can also ask about our rental vehicles. Cary Toyota in Superior, voted best car dealer 22 times.
Get 25% off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals. Huge markdowns. Plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
You could argue that Game 5 of a best-of-7 series is the most decisive and definitely sets the tone for the rest of the series. So obviously a huge game between the Bucks and the Hawks tonight. Each side without their respective stars, no Giannis, no Trae Young. No doubt that the Bucks wanted to set the tone early, and that's exactly what they did. Drew Holiday hits, they start on a 10-2 run. Then the fan favorite, Bobby Portis, got the fans into it. He had a career playoff high of 22 points tonight. The Deer District was loving every second of it. Milwaukee was getting pretty much anything they wanted inside in the first half. They were up as many as 20 at one point. Brook Lopez was dominant with 33 points, but Atlanta cut it down to 9 at halftime. Heading into the fourth, it was a 13-point game. They never let the Hawks get back into it, though. 4 different Bucks break the 20-point mark tonight. They win it 123-112. They take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 is in Atlanta on Friday. After winning in convincing fashion last night over the Lacrosse Loggers, Huskies hope to repeat for their first series sweep. Huskies already off to 2-zip lead. Kaysen Tullett says, let's add another. He takes the lace off of this one, and it was too hot to handle. Outfielders botching, so Bay Wimpy plates at home. Huskies take 3-0 lead in 4. Same inning and another rip. Jesse Pierce pops it up, and once again, Huskies hits just too hot to handle. Hustling home for the 4th tally is Tullett. 4-zip, Huskies still up. Fast forward to 7, Eli Sundquist on the slice. And this time, Loggers handled the heat, but not so fast. Because here, teams would get in a bit of a pickle. And it would be the Huskies who would capitalize coming home for the 5th time. Huskies earned their very first sweep of the season, finding victory tonight in Lax 7-2. There are currently 22 states that allow some form of legal sports betting in the United States. It looks like Wisconsin is on its way to being the 23rd. Governor Tony Evers in the Andia Nation signed a deal to allow betting on sporting events at the tribe's casino and other tribal facilities. The deal includes waggering on professional drafts, games, and award shows. The agreement is still subject to approval by the U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs. The Pirates host the Brewers in the team's 7th meeting this season. The Brew Crew has not only won the last 3 meetings, but have also won 8 straight. Top of 2 Milwaukee opens things up. Jace Peterson rips on the rare triple off Will Crow. Just Peterson's first triple on the season, Tyrone Taylor hits home for a 1-0 lead. And 2 batters later, it's JBJ who adds to it. It's not a triple, but it's the next best thing. His RBI double pushes the early lead to 2-0. Pittsburgh's showing signs of life in the bottom of 5. They add a goose egg on the board until Ben Gamel cranked his 3rd homer of the season, splitting the lead in half as the Pirates trail 2-1. Brewers keep the lead and tack on 5 more to take the W, 7-2, and extend their winning streak to 9. Today we flip our calendars to a new month, and today St. Scholastica flipped a page in their new chapter. CSS will no longer be a member of the Upper Midwest Athletic Conference as they are officially headed to the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. They become the 13th full-time member to enter the MIAC. CSS joins several other private colleges in Minnesota, including Augsburg University, Bethel University, and Carleton College. CSS made their mark in the UMAC, winning 216 regular season championships and 108 postseason titles. The Saints' first game in the MIAC is scheduled to kick off on Tuesday, September 14th, where the women's soccer team will welcome Gustavus Adolphus at home. Well, that's a wrap for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
This show is about connection. Not even 2020 and socially distancing ourselves are going to get in the way of that.
The Kelly Clarkson Show on CBS3.
When Grandma suggested cookies, Kyle wasn't expecting the new Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard. 2 beloved treats, soft-baked Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookies and world-famous DQ Soft Serve, all in one treat. The good times roll when these 2 get together, just like G-Ma and her G-Son, making memories while mixing 2 favorites. With the Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard, only at DQ. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Mom, I'm here. Mom, where are you? Help. Mom?
Without emergency protection, you risk your life. But with Life Alert, one press of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-458-9565. That's 1-800-458-9565. Call now, 1-800-458-9565. For a free brochure, call 1-800-458-9565.
I'm Dr. Zan Corville. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at St. Luke's. Dealing with foot and ankle pain, it can be debilitating because these are complicated joints. And so there's different ways to manage each of these problems. Most can be treated without surgery. I'm a busy mom with 2 young children. We try to do things as a family that we can all enjoy. I love being part of a team and working as an orthopedist to help people return to athletics or getting people back on their feet so they have less pain for daily living.
For over 20 years, Breeze Roofing has been totally dedicated to getting the job done right, and done right now. We pride ourselves on being the highest quality exterior remodelers in the area. Call Breeze for all your roofing needs.
Menards Garden Center has everything you need to enjoy your yard all summer long. Check out our selection of Cutter outdoor products, from individual insect repellents to whole yard control. Cutter is here to help. Don't let pesky bugs ruin your summer. Cutter Backyard Bug Control attaches to your hose and kills insects for up to 12 weeks. Get 11% off all Cutter Bug Control products. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS3.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Well, Dave, last check of that 4th of July forecast for everyone here.
Still looks to be sunny and warm. High pressure in control brings sunshine all the way through the 4th of July on Sunday. And after a cool down today for some towns, we perked back up into the 80s for just about everybody on Friday, then into the lower 90s everywhere for Saturday, Sunday. Starts to cool down again, though, on Monday when we get our next rain chance, which could last all the way through next Wednesday.
Break out the air conditioners. Well, that's your CBS 3 News at 10. Have a good night.